topic of intermittent fasting is the reason why I have lost so much of weight. Now, what is this intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is in a 24-hour day, you eat for 8 hours and you fast for 16 hours. Now, when I give you the numbers, you will think that it's a bit difficult to do. It really isn't. Let me give you the breakup of a day. So you can start your day with breakfast at 9 o'clock and you can have an eating period from 9 o'clock all the way till 5 in the evening. You want to push that 5 to 6 o'clock, you push the 9 to 10 o'clock. So my day begins at 10:30 with my breakfast and it ends at, today I can do a 4 o'clock or a 4:30 dinner and not feel hungry. Now the main block in people's minds with regards to intermittent fasting is this. Oh, I will feel very hungry. I won't be able to do it. It's too hard for me. That is your mind playing games with you. So in my previous video, 2 videos before, I gave you tips that I used in order to get onto the journey of weight loss. That video that I put, which is fattofit number 2, do have a look at it because I talk largely about this, psyching your mind into believing and into enjoying intermittent fasting. Now, being a person who hasn't fasted, today I can comfortably fast without thinking, oh, I'm hungry, oh, I can't eat. Because my body has adapted itself to the timings that I now have with regards to food. So do I feel hungry? Yes, at 10:30 in the morning, I do feel hungry. Now, what goes on with that hunger? There is a hormone called ghrelin that is released. Ghrelin works on habit. So what you do with intermittent fasting is you control your ghrelin, your release of ghrelin, according to your new timings, because the new timings are your new habit that you are forming. And so they say you should do a 10-day challenge. I initially started with a 10-day challenge and I realized that it's not difficult to intermittent fast, and I said, I'm going to make it a lifestyle change. And so today, 8 months later, I am intermittent fasting without any problem. I'm happily doing it and I'm doing it really well. Now, when I started off with intermittent fasting, I must tell you that I was not a person who wanted to go on a diet, and I would suggest you don't go on a diet. Don't change your food habits too much. You can change it just a little bit, don't change it too much. So I had my regular food during the 8 hours that I could eat. Today it's not 8 hours that I eat, today it is 5 to 6 hours that I eat. I've gone OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. So what you do with intermittent fasting is you start with a 16-hour fast, 8-hour eating period, go on to an 18-hour fast, a 6-hour eating period, increase it a little bit to a 20-hour fast and a 4-hour eating period. Then you can go even further. You can do 1 meal a day, which is what I tried. Not difficult at all. I did it for a week and then all my friends started to get very bothered because I had mentioned that I was doing it, and then I stopped. But I know that I can OMAD without a problem. I can eat 1 meal a day without a problem. When you serve yourself, there are certain things that will assist your weight loss while you intermittent fast. And so I'm going to talk about those things that are going to assist your weight loss while you intermittent fast. So if you take a plate of food, like I've just shown you, your plate of food should be 50% of fruits and vegetables. Yes, 50% of fruits and vegetables. 20% of protein. You can increase the 20% to 40% of protein, 5% of carbs, and 5% of fats. So when I initially started, I didn't do changes in my diet. I did the changes in my diet gradually as my body was adjusting to my intermittent fasting. So when you begin, don't make too many changes in your diet because your body is already adjusting to the timing that you are changing. You can slowly change your food habits. Now, I don't like to be a party pooper. I don't want to be the person who goes to a party and spoils the party because I'm on an intermittent fast. And so, when I go for a party, my intermittent fasting is put on the shelf. I don't do it, and I don't do it happily. That is the important thing. If you break your intermittent fast, if you are unable to do your intermittent fast, and you feel, oh my God, guilty, why did I eat that? Oh my God, what did I do? You feel all those negative feelings. Those negative feelings are not good for you. Those negative feelings are going to make you feel like you are a failure. So when you're fasting, happily fast, and when you're not fasting, happily don't fast. This I would advise you to do. So let's take a day of 9 to 5. You have your breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning. You have your lunch at 1 in the afternoon. And you can have an early dinner at 5 in the evening. When you're having your dinner, the one thing that you could change about what you're eating is don't eat anything sweet and sugary in the evening because your insulin will spike and it will take a longer period for your insulin to come normal and then for the weight loss to take place. So no fruits in the evening after 4 in the evening because of the insulin spike. If you've done yoga, they will suggest to you that you don't do it, but they don't tell you why. It is because of the insulin spike. Now, if your insulin is low at the time when you're going to break into your fast, the fasting period will allow you to drop the weight faster. So rather than have carbs and sugar, have proteins, have fat. Now, yes, we have this idea in our head that fats are not good. But when you look at a keto diet says high fat, low carbs. And really, why fats? Because fats fill you up, they give you satiety, and they also do a second thing for you. They burn very, very, very slowly. So because they burn very, very, very slowly, you don't have that feeling of, oh, I'm hungry, oh, my stomach is empty. So in the evening, that is what you should have. Why the veg and fruit? Veg and fruit because it's high in fiber. I'm going to give you a few things that after you are used to a little bit of intermittent fasting that you can look at going further, taking your intermittent fasting a little further. There are some things, I'm not telling you to not have anything, I'm telling you to control what you have. I repeat, I'm not telling you to not have anything, I'm telling you to control what you eat. So, I'm going to give you a list. I'm going to keep the list in front of you so that you can see it. And if you need to take down notes, make notes from it. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is cut your whites. When I say cut your whites, I'm talking of rice, bread, sugar, and salt. I haven't stopped my salt. I have continued with my salt even today. So do I put salt on my egg? Yes, I do. But I have controlled a little bit the sugar intake that I'm doing. I try to take the sugar from the fruits that I get and from the food that I eat, but I don't like to have too much of tea because that's the only place that I have the sugar. So, cut your whites. Do I have rice? Of course I do have rice, but I have a controlled amount of rice. Not because of anything. I have reduced the rice and I have supplemented it with veg. So I have a large portion of veg and I have a little smaller portion of rice. The second one is increase the fruit and vegetables that you have, because your fruit and vegetables give you fiber, and that's very good for your stomach and your body system. Reduce your processed foods. So over here, reduce the French fries and the hamburgers and the pizzas. I'm not saying stop it completely. But have it in control. So reduce it. Stop your cold cuts, your bacon and your salami, you got to stop that. Because those are processed foods and they're not nutritious and they're not good for your body. They're difficult to digest as well. The next one is avoid sugary drinks. So avoid your aerated waters, your Thumbs Up and your Pepsi, your 7-Up, something that I like to have. Because your aerated waters and your sugar drinks are filled with sugar, which is going to cause your insulin to spike. So reduce that. If you like to have juice, have a small glass of juice. 1 small glass a day. Include in your diet ACV, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar has a lot of positives. People say, will it cause problems with my knees? Will it cause problems with my joints? Not at all. Take a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and sprinkle it on your salad and have it as a salad dressing. It's very good for weight loss. So a little tablespoon of apple cider vinegar is something that you should add to your diet if you already aren't doing it. Besides ACV, there is something called MCT oil. And they say that when you've taken your intermittent fasting to a higher level of 42 hours of fasting and 6 hours of eating, then you can have a bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof coffee is available on the internet, but I'll give you a small inkling of what it is. So it's black coffee, no sugar, no milk. In that black coffee, you put a spate of butter, which is non-salted butter, and you add to that MCT oil. Now what that does is it helps reduce your weight. Reduce your saturated fats, and in your dairy products, butter and cheese. I still have my butter and I have a little bit of cheese, but reduce it. Be aware that these are things that are not going to help you on your weight loss journey. Another very important thing that you can do to assist yourself in your weight loss journey is have your dinner before 7:30. And when I say have your dinner before 7:30, it is because after 7:30 you will still be awake and you will still be moving around. I would even go one step further and suggest that you walk around the house. You know, my grandfather, after his lunch every afternoon and after his dinner every night, would walk up and down, I recall, the hall. And I, as a little girl, always wondered why he would do it. And then I thought, okay, maybe old people do it. Today I understand that walking up and down gets the body system moving, and it allows the burning of the digestion of your food, the burning of the calories before you get onto the bed, and then everything turns, the calories turn just directly to fat. So have an early dinner. That is why you will notice that people in European countries and in America have their meals very, very early. We in India tend to have our dinner at 9 and 9:30, 10 and 11 o'clock. These are the reasons why we are with our paunches. So you want to get yourself fit? Take up intermittent fasting. Start it off maybe as a 10-day challenge. If you would like to join our challenge, please join us for the 10-day challenge. I have made it my lifestyle, so I don't even think that I'm intermittent fasting. It's just that my timing of my meals is slightly different than everybody else. Happy weight loss, happy journey, happy trying out intermittent fasting. My next video is going to be on the internal system of the hormones that affect weight loss. A very, very, very interesting video. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to my channel. Till we meet again.